Hello, everyone. My name is Randy Scrapper, and I'm here with my colleague Brian Quinn. And we're here today to talk about cloud cost management. We put together a cloud cost management implementation checklist that will guide you through the steps, and tasks that are needed to complete the setup of cloud cost management, and we call it CCM. In this video series, we'll walk you through each of those steps that are needed to get to success. In today's video, we're just going to start off with how to get started with CCM. We'll talk about that implementation checklist, what's on it, where it can be found, and then we'll talk about doing the first three steps. And we'll have Brian show us in a demo how to get those done. So here we have Ryan. He's the head of the cloud operations in his company, and he's really excited to get his company because he just purchased cloud cost management module from ServiceNow. And he's really looking forward to putting it all together into that single pane of glass where it can be able to leverage those additional capabilities that the tool has to do some cost analytics and operate and cost optimization, as well as like reporting on his budget. So, Ryan's super excited to get started, but he doesn't know where to get started. Doesn't know how to. But he does know that he's going to need some assistance when getting CCM set up, both internally and some from external resources as well. So, let's jump back into the cloud cost management implementation checklist that Brian and I put together. It's up on the ServiceNow community, and here's a link to go get it. And we broke this up into six logical areas. The first one being the setup and installation. We're going to highlight the ones highlighted in green are the ones we'll review today. But the next logical area is around configuration. We have a section on data management, optimization and control. We'll have user management. And then final steps, we'll talk about, how do we get that value out of the product and, starting to use the full set of tools that we have available for you. So as I said, this is a journey that we are going to help you walk you through or help go down that pathway to get you to success here and the most value out of cloud cost management. So in this initial journey, we are talking simply about the setup and installation of of the plugins and as also the application. So in this first task, Ryan needs to install the cloud cost management application from the application manager in his instance. And since Ryan isn't a ServiceNow admin, he's going to need to contact uh, uh, his ServiceNow admin to help install these plugins. I have a great document here with a QR code to walk you through that installation process. Like it kind of reviews the prerequisites, some of the required installations, components that are installed, as well as some installations procedures if you had any questions about that. So after Ryan works with his uh, ServiceNow admin to get that installed, the Cloud Cost Management plugin installed, the next step is going to install the CCM Infra Stack plugin. And now this is only for customers activating after November 2024. If CCM was purchased before November 2024, you guys will need to work with your account reps to get this SKU updated. So what this new SKU does, it allows customer to get to that new shared infrastructure setup that we have on the back end, which incredibly improves that performance of the product. So it's definitely something that you want to go ahead and make sure you have the right SKU. So again, Ryan's going to need to work with his ServiceNow admin to, go out to that application manager in the instance, find this plugin and go ahead and install it. I have added a QR code here to the product documentation if you'd like some more information on installing this plugin. And then the final step that we are going to review in the video today is making sure your instance is the right size. So when you were talking about cloud cost management, we're talking about uh, possibly millions of records coming in that could really have some performance issues on your both the module and over the overall performance of your instance. So the next one would be to set up a uh, support case to get your instance evaluated. So again, you'll need to work with your ServiceNow admin and you'll open up a ticket with ServiceNow support. In this support case, you're going to request your instance to be evaluated for CCM. And there's some specific wording that we have given you in our documentation, but it's basically saying you're going to be requesting the instance size evaluation for your CCM implementation and your average monthly spend you'll need to get because you're going to need to put this in and let them know your average monthly spend. So from this will be sent over to the case will be sent over to our ServiceNow internal team that will review your instance, your request on your instance size, and based off of that, we'll make some adjustments to the size of it. Most likely, you'll be increased. So now I'm going to pass this over to Brian to kind of walk through those, simple little steps of getting this installed, the plugins installed, and the instance right sized. So Brian, take it away.
Thank you, Randy. Here we are on the instance we've selected to implement Cloud Cost Management on. The first step is to activate or install the Cloud Cost Management Store app. To do that, we will go to All and search for all available applications and click on All. And here we can search for the Cloud Cost Management application. And we can select the base Cloud Cost Management application and click Install. We will make sure to select the latest version, in this case 8.2. And we can choose to install now or install later. I'm actually going to choose to install this over the weekend. I'll choose this to install on Saturday. At noon. And now I have the option to load demo data or to not load demo data. I would only recommend loading demo data in a sandbox environment where you will not be actually setting up your own cloud cost management data ingestion. That way you don't mix any demo data with your actual data. So doing it in a sandbox environment where you just want to look at what the data may look like should be okay. But I would avoid loading the demo data for any subprod where you will be developing cloud cost management, or when you move it to production, definitely avoid loading demo data into your production environment. So I will go ahead and schedule this installation. All right, now that the base Cloud Cost Management Store app is scheduled for install, I can also schedule the Infra Stack application. So we can go back to the application manager. Again, we can search for Cloud Cost Management. And now I'm going to open the Cloud Cost Management Infra Stack Store app. As Randy mentioned, this is for customers who have purchased Cloud Cost Management after November 2024. If you've purchased Cloud Cost Management prior to that, reach out to your sales representative. They should be able to help you do a SKU transfer, which will enable you to use this install this new store application. The benefit of installing this application is it does vastly improve the performance for downloading and ingesting the billing data from the cloud providers. So definitely recommended. Just make sure that you have the right SKU purchased. All right, so we're going to click install. Again, make sure we're choosing the latest version. In this case, also the 8.2. We're going to choose to install later, and I'm actually going to choose this one to install on Sunday at noon, and schedule. All right, at this point, we would just wait for the Cloud Cost Management and the Cloud Cost Management Infra Stack store apps to be installed before continuing. In the meantime, we can go ahead and request the instance size evaluation. In order to submit an instance size evaluation request, you'll have to log into the ServiceNow support portal. From there, you can select Create a Case and Service Request. And for the subject, we will use the specific text that Randy had previously mentioned, requesting an instance size evaluation for CCM implementation. Average monthly spend is greater than X, where X is your total spend across all of your cloud providers. Our support team and other internal teams will use that cost data to estimate how large your cloud bills are, to see how much data cloud cost management will have to process, and ensure that your instance is sized appropriately. From here, we can click Next and select our instance. Click Next again, continue. For the description, we will use a very similar message as the subject. In this case, I use, we will be implementing cloud cost management. I want to ensure our instance is sized appropriately for processing cloud spend of approximately X number of dollars per month. And then we can click Continue. And continue again. For application, be sure to select Cloud Cost Management, and then you can confirm and submit. In this case, our instance has already been evaluated, so I'm not actually going to submit this. But once it is submitted, our internal teams will review, and if needed, your instance will have a change created for it to increase the size of the instance. Otherwise, they will just close the support case and letting you know what the results of the evaluation are. And that concludes our demo for today. And I'm going to pass it back to Randy for a quick summary.
Thanks, Brian. And just to summarize, we started down this journey of the CCM implementation. In this video, we just talked about the very beginning, the first three steps around the setup and installation phase. Our next video will cover that final stage of setup and installation. We hope that you enjoyed this video, and we're looking to see you soon. Thank you very much.